it's time for some chess game reviews. I wanted to do this before I got way too tired. I'm going to go over a couple games here. And the first I'm going to start out with is a game I just played with my buddy Bruce. Um, in this game, I eventually resigned. Now, the thing is, I did not play my best in this game, and I did that kind of on purpose. um, I was just trying to help Bruce out and just see if he can see a few things. I did learn some things, particularly about Bruce and the way he plays chess. So what I want to do with this particular lesson here for Bruce is show him some of the things that he should have done, that he that would have just, I mean, he played fairly well. I mean, like, if you look at the review, he was 74% accurate. That's not bad. I was at 61% accuracy. Surprisingly, I didn't do any blunders. I thought I blundered a couple times at least, but nobody blundered. It was a good miss. I had 4 mistakes, 7 inaccuracies, 3 good moves. But anyways, queen's pawn opening, blah, 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 a lot of the standard stuff. That's considered the best move, blah, 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 blah. And this is where I'm just kind of I'm goofing a little bit here. Um, so I just kind of, letting Bruce, get a pawn in there. I decided to take the pawn because I'm showing Bruce that, yes, a pass pawn, or not a pass pawn, but a pawn close to the center of the board is, something you want to do eventually. But right now, what this is doing is a mistake. If I'm playing the best I can do, I'm just going to take that pawn immediately, because you've just isolated the pawn. It has no support structure. You should have pushed something else up first, like, I don't know. Let's see. It's hard to say what you could have done. So before you do this, I would try to do something that could support, maybe eventually get a knight somewhere, like right there, first right here, and then right there, and then support it like that. Now, of course, I could just take with the pawn. I wouldn't have a problem giving up the pawn in order to take out that pawn. But this is an inaccuracy, and I would imagine the reason why it's an inaccuracy says right here, yeah, see, this gives away a free pawn. So the pawn is given away for free. So that's why that's not a great move. So I did this. I did that intentionally. You typically don't want to develop your knights on the corners over there. That's not a good place for them. But I'm just kind of messing around here. So I take because Bruce didn't support it. I'm just sort of hanging the knight there. Bruce doesn't see it and doesn't go for it. Again, I'm just messing around here. There's no reason for the king to be moving right there, but we're just, okay. I just remember I did this because I was going to attack the bishop and see if Bruce was going to see what he should do next. So, because Bruce has a kind of a tendency to, when he has a piece under attack. Yep, getting tired. Sorry. When he has a piece under attack, he has a tendency to just retreat the piece instead of seeing if there's another thing we can do with it. And he saw it. So he saw it. He took the rook. The rook was hanging. And that was a great move. So I moved a knight up like that, and then Bruce starts getting his queen into the game. And when Bruce does this, I know exactly what he's doing. I know exactly what he's doing when he does this. He's going to take the pawn, so he checks my king. So this is where, I have to offer some criticism here because Bruce, he kind of just told me, he's just trying to check the king. That's just what he's trying to do, no serious method going on or whatever, if let's say I just, whatever, and then there's check, but, just move him out of the way, and then what? It's just not doing a whole lot. There's nothing really to be gained from that. Anyways, when he does that, I know what he's doing, and so I just move my king over, And so here he goes again. He's going to continue. He's just trying to check the king. That's just all he's trying to do. And so I move the king back like this, and he takes. And then the idea, I think, um, let's see here. So here's something that I was hoping Bruce would notice. Is that you notice my king is in front of the queen. This is not good. You never want to do this in chess ever, especially the queen. But any piece in general, but especially the queen, because if your king gets checked like that, which can happen right here, you see that, you're gonna lose your queen. And so I'm gonna see if Bruce can see the possibility to get my queen. Now he could have just gone ahead and made the mistake of going like that. That would have been too soon, because then boom. But he made the right choice. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but he made the right choice by taking with the knight first. And then I take his knight, and then he takes. So this is this is basically a big trade, right here. This is part of chess trading. Boom, 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 boom. When you trade a big old set of pieces like this, you want to make sure that when you're doing the trading, that you're going to come out on top with the advantage, and that's exactly what happens. Now, I initially thought Bruce should do is he should just go ahead and take the queen. And I thought him doing this was a mistake at first because, but it's actually not a mistake because I'm in check now. So if Bruce took with the rook, I could just take this rook, and he loses a rook. But he checks with the queen and forces my king farther away. Now, the game's like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You should have done something like, over here. I'm making intentionally not great choices. But now that we've done this, now he can take the queen, absolutely free, and he doesn't lose his rook. That was actually a good move. So again, I'm just messing around here, and rook d6 is a miss. It's a miss. I thought it was a blunder. I will almost consider it a blunder because you're checking the king, but the problem is you just saved your rook. Now you're going to lose the rook, and I decided, all right, I'm gonna have to punish Bruce a little bit here. I'm not gonna be totally passive here. I'm gonna try to teach him a couple things. So you blundered the rook and you lost him, and queen goes ahead and checks. See, and this is another one of the issues here for Bruce. One of the problems here is you notice, yes, he's got the advantage, but he's just using his queen at this point. You've got a knight over here, you got a rook over here, and you got a bishop over here doing literally nothing. Yeah, it's a good idea to retreat the queen, and checking the king while you're at it is not a bad thing. But you also got a bishop here. He's just totally hanging, and you've just you're getting so tunnel visioned on just all of this right here, and you just forget about everything else up here. And I have to just keep bringing that up because if you don't step back and look at the whole board, the tunnel vision kicks in really fast, and you will lose the game. I mean, you're gonna continuously lose chess if you continue to play like that. It's just kind of the way it is. So I move my king out of the way, and a revealed or discover attack on the queen, and Bruce continues to move his queen out of the way. It's a good idea. And so what I'm going to do at this point, again, so I decide, okay, at this point in the game, I'm going to up it a little bit. I'm just up my game a little bit here. Again, I'm punishing Bruce here, not because I don't like him, but because I'm trying to make him a better chess player. By punishing him basically by, you left your bishop sitting in the corner over there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And he says, then suddenly he goes, hey, you know what? He realizes I'm gonna need to get my knight into this. Of course, he's kind of you just put him directly into fire. But it is what it is. So initially, I was going to what was I gonna do here? I don't remember exactly. This is kind of I guess it was all right move. The game considers it an excellent move. I don't know why, but all right. So. BC6 is an accuracy. Well, the thing is I was planning on this is where I decided, all right, I'm going to get a little bit clever here. His queen is right here on this file. If I get my bishop right here to guard that square, his queen again, queen in front of the king, is also not always the best move, but he moves her right here. He's gonna get ready to. I think his plan is to take and basically protect the pawn as he pushes forward, and I'm deliberately tucking my king in a corner over here so that there's potential for a checkmate. Now the checkmate is going to work best if he had his other rook in the game, but he does not ever get this rook into the game. I mean, right now at this point in the game, I mean, get that rook into the game. I mean, just get the bishop out right here somewhere like that, and then, or you can just get the bishop out right there, and prevent my king from going here. And you know, and then you just castle, and then you got your rook into the game, and this is not good for me. So, anyways, but I trap his queen. His queen is now pinned to the king. This is so for Bruce. You gotta pay. You gotta be. These are things you gotta. So kind of like what I was talking about last time when I was doing our reviews of some of our games. Really got to be paying attention to what your opponent is doing. Why did he do this? Why did Chase put his bishop right there? I mean, he's looking at this. He's looking at this. But the thing is one of the things you got to think about. If Bruce has got to think, if Chase was thinking about this bishop attacking something over here, he would have done it already. But he just moves him one square. So what's the deal here? What's he looking at over here? I guess he could go here to this square right there, but then there's just that right there. Boom. I could go there, but it's looking at that. But other than that, not a whole lot going on there. But the thing is, what about this? And then rook right here pins the queen to the king, and basically traps the queen. Now, an answer you can do for that is this right here. I could take like that, and then, but your queen could get away at that point. That's something that you could do. You could just slide your queen over here, and then she's looking at this, that kind of thing. That's one thing you can do. But boom, right there, he makes that move, and now the knight can no longer block. And so your queen is basically doomed. I mean, you just basically doomed the queen. Queen cannot move out of the way because she's pinned to the king. And if the queen takes the rook, you just lose the queen to the bishop. So I told Bruce, I was like, you just doomed the queen, Bruce. He's like, yeah, I saw it. But I decided not to take, again, because I'm not trying to be, too crazy. So I go ahead and just decide to take because I know he's going to promote. And I tuck my king in the corner there again, I'm just seeing what Bruce will do. See if he can see the potential checkmates and stuff. Right here that's a fairly good move. I mean, he's attacking the rook while also keeping my king from getting away. So I go ahead and just move out right there, and I'm doing a pin, and I give up the rook, move up a pawn, I get checked right there, move up right there, and then Bruce. That's a game calls it a good move, but I think you just kind of missed a checkmate potential. Like, why that? Why not something over here? And then you got this right there, and then boom, there's check. I'm forced into the corner right there, and then from there, let's see, you just. I'll be honest with you. I would have just castled a long time ago. Long castle, got the rook into the game, cut the king off somewhere down here, prevent me from moving somewhere. But I just think at this point in the game, Bruce didn't know what to do. So right there. So anyways, so he just starts taking out my pawns. It's a way to keep me from promoting, which is not gonna happen. The only way I could promote is if you're really, really, really bad at chess. But then Bruce decides, okay, now I'm going to get my knight into the game. And I move my king right there, and I check, lose it right there, check, and that's where I resign. The reason why I resign, I think, so this is the game continuing. Because that's right, I resigned right here. This is where I resigned. I was looking at this, wait a minute, he never checkmated me because I resigned. Because this is checkmate. But he never checkmated me. I resigned at move 37. The reason why I resigned at move 37 is because of this right here. Well, not the check, but no matter what I did, there's just no escaping this. It's just not gonna happen. right there. So nothing I can do is gonna save me from that. So it's just time to resign. And for anybody, any of a fellow newbies to chess, resigning does not mean you're being a poor sport and you quit. Resigning is actually a show of respect. It basically shows you beat me, you've got me. So there's just no point in me continuing because you've won. Congratulations. So that's what resigning is. It's actually a show of respect. So anyways, all right, so we got that out of the way. I did, like I said, Bruce could have probably won a lot sooner, and so I just tried to make it a little bit harder for Bruce to win, just to see if he saw some of the potentials there. And again, so there's still a lot of work for Bruce in getting, but we all do. I mean, it's not just him; it's me too. I still got plenty of work to do, as you're going to see here in these next couple of games. All right, so in this game right here, playing on the 850 level. I'm as black, and we start with a Sicilian defense. Here comes his knight. Here comes my knight, attacking his pawn right there. Still does not give me a great advantage, so I move out right there, and then I made that mistake. I should not have brought the knight out like just yet. I should have stopped the pawn from moving up first because this was obviously a clear, an excellent move. Immediately attacking a knight, forcing my knights to go. I should have, if I was going to move my knight, it would have been better right here. He's a little bit more safe right there. And then he's also counterattacking, even though this knight's, looking right back at him. But then right there, now there's no place for my knight to go. I mean, it's instantly, my knight's instantly doomed. There's just, he's gone. So I figured, all right, well, if he's going to be gone, I might as well just make the best of him, just do something with him, fork, and just see if he goes take. I mean, it's obviously a free knight, and so he goes ahead and takes. All right, so I just lost a knight. That's not good. Not off to a great start here. All right, so he's got his bishop out right there, and he's protecting this pawn right here. But I mean, he was already protecting with a knight. Let's see here. What was my plan here? I'm trying to remember what my plan was. I think maybe I was thinking, right here, check, and then force the king to move, and then I could really give a queen in a nice, good spot here. But, yep, there you go. So check, but he blocks the check, and that's something I did not see. I did that, and that actually was not a good move at the end of the day. But he counters with his own not a great move. So take the knights because don't want to take the rook because I will lose my queen to his queen. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that knight because he's hanging. He's going to start mobilizing his queen, looks like. Let's see. Game was a while ago, so I don't remember exactly everything that went on here. But his queen is, I left that pawn hanging right there. His queen is now set up fairly nicely, but not too much. I mean, it's not a whole lot she can do exactly from there right now. So I attack the queen. Queen is forced back. I castle. And I don't know what he's doing with his king over here. That's just some very strange activity there. All right, so the idea here at this point is to begin to push ahead into the structure, I think. Yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of a pawn assault here. The knight here, I think I remember this because this was actually not a good move with the bishop. I guess the game thought it was an okay move, but the problem was this. Now I'm forked. Boom, and so what I decided to do here, and this is a very strange move and probably not a great move, but I just thought I'm going to lose one of these two. But what I should do then is I should punish him for taking any of these pieces. If he takes this, I'm just going to take the knight with the rook. If he takes this rook, I'll take him with this rook. If he takes that, I will take him with this rook. That was my thought process behind that, and he didn't go for it, so I just moved my rook out of the way. He takes my bishop and attacks my rook, so obviously the next move is just to take out the hanging knight. And then he retreats the bishop because the bishop is also hanging, so that's a good move. So all right, so I did escape a pretty rough attack, but you know, it was not totally unscathed. I did lose a dark square bishop. That's not exactly great. But here's the cool thing right now. We've got this king in a really bad spot. Got this nice pawn structure here. This pawn takes. I'm just going to take with the rook. And it just makes his problems that much harder. So we check. King cannot take because he's protected by the pawn. King is forced back. Now we're going to start attacking this pawn right here. And then again, if he takes right here, we take with the rook. We are just in a really good situation here. The king is in a bad spot right now. I don't know what's going on with those rooks over there in the corner. Anyways, I think right now I am a little nervous about his queen and the bishops. So I'm going to get my king into what I think is a bit of a safer spot. And then I have right here, this rook attacks the queen. I do not want to take because that right there. So I'm going to move my queen down. This is, and I'm also protecting the bishop. So if he decides to take the bishop, I could just take back with the queen. And he decides not to, so I retreat the bishop because I need to get my queen. I want to relocate my queen because this is bad for white. This is not good right here. This right here is not good. And then I got these two rooks right here staring down this. I mean, trapping everything there. So if I get my queen down there to add support, that is not good. And he retreats his queen out there. So I'm getting my queen set up here. Rooks into place, and then that happens. So this is where I have to make a choice. Do I because right here, this is also not good for me. I mean, this is a bad spot here. So he can come down here and check, force me back this way. He could, then take out a rook check. I'll take his queen, but I'll lose a rook, and so I decided to go ahead and go for a queen trade. Queen trade right here. Then I'll go ahead and attack this pawn. I just decided to go for this. I think it worked out in the end. Push my rook up and attacking this bishop right here. He retreats the bishop, so I just go ahead and push the rook back, and he opens up right there. And then this right here, I do this because the attack here is kind of falling apart a little bit because of the queen trade, which may or may not have been a great move at the end of the day. But so I'm gonna have to readjust my plan and start thinking about opening up this area right here with the rooks. My rooks can get really powerful over here. As long as I keep my rooks in good condition here, I'm in a good situation. But I may have to sacrifice one rook. So I decided to attack this rook because this rook has no defenders, nothing like that. And my rooks are connected. So if he takes this rook, I just take him back. And then if he decides to just, see if he can just attack, I just take that rook right here. And then, there's checkmate. Well, not checkmate. I'm sorry. There's check. But he does that. That's a good move right there, I think, anyway. Blocks the rook. If the rook takes, he takes right there. Or he can just take with his own rook. Whichever. That'd probably be the better move. So I go ahead and attack that bishop, and he does that. He takes out the pawn and just leaves the rook hanging. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go for that. All right, so just took that. Probably should have taken that pawn because taking that pawn there keeps the king from, well, he's already kept from bringing it, but he can go that way if he wanted to. But it keeps the king from being able to go anywhere on this. But I didn't yet. So there we go. Now I take it. This rook doesn't know what to do. So I am now going to reposition my knight. There's a fork right there. I can take out that bishop. And the cool thing here is to take out the bishop, and then once I take out the bishop, he'll just take out with this pawn, and then I have basically a potential pass pawn and a promotion right there. So we reposition. Boom, there's fork. We've taken out that. Now he's removed this pawn from right here, and we check because we want to promote. So we're gonna get that king away from here. But then he does that, and that's actually a good move. So, but this is the pawn we want to promote. Going to attack right there, and so this bishop is attacking the pawn, so we're going to protect the pawn. If he takes, punish him, basically. We don't really have to worry about any of these things here. These pawns are stuck. We don't got to worry about those promoting. All the action is basically in just in this general area right there. Check. So we're going to let this pawn fall. This is going to be our promotion. We're going to let that pawn fall and promote there. And there you go. There's our queen. And we promote the queen in order to take out that last rook. Boom. Right there you go. King moves on this way. And this is where I missed the checkmate, because the checkmate is right there. Double rook checkmate. And I did this. And I'm like going pawn hunting like that. Right there. Boom, 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 blah, 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 blah. And it just goes on for a silly amount. And then he does that, and I realize, oh, there is checkmate right there. So the original checkmate was right there. Move 59. So that's something I missed as a checkmate missed. But, you know, there you go. All right, so that was that game. Here's this one right here. This is playing at the 700 level. I'm going to go. I can't. All right. Well, first move is the d4. It's a queen's pawn opening. I'm playing as black yet again. Why can't I? Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. All right. I'm going to have to do that for this one as well. Okay, so, yes, queen's pawn opening. I'm playing this black again. Whenever there's a queen's pawn opening, I usually just meet it with the same thing. There's the potential queen's gambit, and I decide to reject the gambit. Martial defense takes. The game gives white a slight advantage. Knight's under attack. Retreat the knights. Well, not retreat them, but I'm going to push them up right there. Then here comes the queen attacking the knights. I'm going to protect the knights with a pawn right there. Not with this, because then you can just take that, and then same problem. And so bishop move right there, and I'm going to attack the queen. I'm going to force the queen to go back. Queen doesn't want to go back here because then it's just lose her right there. And then there's fork, and then there goes the rook. So you don't want to do that. You would just move the queen right there. Now, let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think my plan was to right there. And then get my bishop right here, so that I can then do a fork to take out the rook. I think that was my plan initially. Then that happens, and that goes to heck. That's no good. So I have to retreat the knight. Knight's retreated. Queen is attacking the knight again, but I'm not too worried about this time. That's not a great queen move. He's protected anyway, so I'm not really all that worried about that one. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about moving my bishop out right here. And develop a nice fortress that I can castle into. When you get a bishop right here and then you castle, it is a pretty sweet fortress. It's pretty good. But then this happens. I did not see this coming. I should have been aware of this because there's a fork right there. The problem here is I got two pieces that are kind of important at this stage in the game, and I'm probably going to lose one of them. And so I did not see that. You obviously do not want to take with the queen. Then you just blunder your queen, and there you go. So if I move the bishop, I'll just lose the knight, which would have been better of the two. Because I could just take with the knight here, and you know I'm down a knight, and this knight's also hanging, by the way, which would then fork the rook. And that would be a check. So actually, it actually was a better what I did do is actually probably a good idea. Well, hold on. Yeah, because yeah, that's right. Takes, and then that's right. That's when the queen would come down. So that would definitely not have been a good idea. That would have been probably better if he took. I just left that pawn there. Maybe just attack with the queen. No, that wouldn't be good either. So anyways, now, so if I move my knight right here, I could just, he could just go ahead and take the knight right there. But then at the same time, I could just get my bishop away. So that would have been good. If I decided to, move my knight out this way, then you just lose the bishop. So I'm going to lose the bishop. It's just the way it's going to be. I decided to take out the pawn, do that so that I can get my queen right there. And a nice good file right here. It's cleared up. It's opened up right here. But, so I decided to go ahead and go forward with the little fortress, and then my queen gets attacked, so I go ahead and just retreat my queen. I don't want to retreat all the way because I may want to do something like this eventually. Maybe something over here, something right there, there you go. All right, so he looks like he's going to be, when I see that, the bishop, that's the potential for the bishop to come out right there, and then he just does that anyway. So there you go. All right, so queen right here, and I'm like, what's going on there? What's this doing? What's this looking at? Might be looking at right there, potential queen trade, or right there, or I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Maybe right there, something. Looking down at that. Yeah. So, anyways, but I decide, there's no attack really, that I can see. So I figured I can tuck my queen right here and then attack this bishop, this rook, and then check the king, and then take out the other rook. That's a great plan, right? So then that happens. I don't realize it yet, but then when I do that, my queen has now been trapped. And that was a big, 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 big mistake, especially when my opponent does this. Now my queen is really trapped. If I take, I lose her to this rook. If I take, I lose her to this rook. If I take, I lose her to the bishop. If I go here, rook, or even the bishop. If I go here, knight will take her. If I go here, knight will take her. If I go here, pawn will take her. If I go here, knight can still take her. If I go here, knight can still take her. So my queen is stuck. The next obvious move is to just go ahead and attack the queen, and there's nothing that I can do. You're just gonna lose your queen. So when I saw this, I sat on this move for like 3 minutes. I was sitting on this move like, okay, oh man, just screwed my queen. Like, oh, what do I do? There's got to be something that I can do to get her out of this. There's got to be something I can do. I was initially thinking I could just attack the rook here and try to force the rook, maybe goad the rook into taking. But he's not that stupid. He's just going to go forward with what he was originally going to do, which is going to just attack the queen, and then lose my queen. So that's not going to be a good idea. So, let's say we just do that. He's just going to right there. Now, there is something that we could do, and let me just go ahead and show you what I actually did, what I came up with. I decided, hey, this knight right here, right there, boom, attacking the queen. So basically what I do is this. Now, this is obviously totally hanging a knight. I mean, he's about as hung as possible, and he is forking, but easy take. One of these two can just take him out easily with no problem at all. So why in the world did I make that move? Well, because I'm attacking the queen essentially, and I'm basically saying that if you take my queen, I'm going to take your queen. And I forced him to not do this. I forced him to go, oops, there goes my queen. She's under attack all of a sudden. I got to get her out of there. And, he could retreat the queen if he wanted to. That's not what he does. He actually takes with the rook, which is fine. Okay, that's fine. But the whole idea was because my queen cannot get away anywhere over here. She cannot get away over here. He's actually blocking her ability to get away. So him moving out right there. If he takes out with the bishop, it doesn't really matter either way. Whatever he takes with, I can just get her out of there now. So he takes, but when he takes with the rook, though, this rook is now hanging, and there's the check right there. So now I'm not going to retreat my queen at all. I'm just going to go ahead and check. And then he blocks, take this pawn out right there. Here comes this, right? That's not. I'm paying attention to that. Let's see here. What was I thinking with this move? I don't remember what I was thinking. I think it was just a pawn move. I'm waiting for him to do something. Oh goodness! I'm waiting for him to do something. So queen retreats, and I decide right here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to potentially fork and attack this bishop. And take out this bishop, maybe then when I take out that bishop, take out the pawn right there with the queen. But then he does this, and so I just decided, all right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Check, he takes, and then right there, move my queen down, and now my queen is attacking this pawn, who's now, I mean, he's technically pinned to the king, but he can't move anyway. But it's a hanging pawn. Boom, right there, like this. And I do this because the thing is I'm looking at potential checkmates somewhere over here, like right there, you know. But I can't do it while this knight is guarding this. And so I decided to just give up my last knight to get him out of the way. Rook right here. He decides. The idea here is to attack this rook, take out that rook, because that rook is also preventing me from being able to do a checkmate right there. So the idea would be to attack the rook, take out the rook, get my other rook right here, and then boom, there you go, checkmate. That was the basic idea that I had. But then he does that. I did not anticipate that, so he blocks it. So the thing is here, if reason why this was I thought a good move, because if I take now with the rook, he takes with the knight, and he's immediately attacking my rook right here. Which, you know, I'll just move my rook right there, but there's no checkmate here anymore. Then that's the problem with that. So that plan got foiled. So I decided, you know, again, I sat on some of these moves here for about a minute or so. What's the best move for me to do here? I get this queen right here is still staring down that, and so I gotta make sure I keep an eye on that. You know, again, you know, this is all protected, but still, you never know what can happen. I've been checkmated in ways I've never thought I would get checkmated before. So I'm just like, you know, he could potentially, if, like, let's say, you know, this next move was like something like this, queen right here, bishop right here, right there, then there's ouch right there. I would take a lot of moves, and I would probably see that coming before he even gets that all properly sorted out. But, you know, hey, you never know. So I decided to go ahead and just check. Force the king right there. I did this. The reason why I did this is because I was looking at this bishop and then this queen. He doesn't have a dark square bishop anymore, but he does have this bishop, and that was making me a little bit nervous. Again, like I said, I have been checkmated before, never even saw it coming, and I'm just being really cautious. So I decide if I get my king on a dark square, this bishop cannot contribute to a checkmate at all. So that was why I did that, and then I take this hanging knight. The knight is hanging. Take out the knight, and so we're staring down this right there. And let's see here. I'm gonna attack this because I got some pawns right here, man. I mean, look at these pawns. I could potentially promote. Take right there. Then the rook attacks the pawn. Game does not like that, so I defend the pawn. Now I'm not defending the pawn because I want to. Honestly, I'm not really planning on promoting right now. You know, the potential is there, but I'm not planning on doing it. I really want to actually just checkmate him. But I decided to protect because if I don't protect, the rook takes, and then he's staring down this, and the queen can move down right there, and there you go. That's not going to be good. Now I would have still had the pawn right there. It would have ruined all that for him, but still, you know, we just don't want to be taking any chances. So we've got continued attack on this pawn right here. He does this, which is an interesting move. It is kind of looking at that. Maybe he's trying to trap my king over here. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and just protect this pawn, and then we get rook down here. Don't know what that's doing. Rook right there. That's a little bit better. Queen, and I'm going to go ahead and I decide, you know what, I want to take out this bishop. This bishop is, I don't like that bishop. I don't like where he's at right now. I'm going to take him out. And then this. Game doesn't like this, but I thought this made me think for quite a bit because this right there. And there's check. So the idea is that if I take, boom, check, king moves, queen takes rook, and then I lose a rook right there. Game is like, it says the game is dead even at this point. And then, you know, can go for a check right there, force my king like right there, and I mean just would not be fun. Just, you know, and then the rook can just come over and then just, so let's say, you know, right there, and then let's say, you know, we do this, and then you know, See, it's already got, look at that, it's got mate and 7. So we just check. King has to move right there. Rook might go right here. I don't know. The game doesn't like that. Yeah, look at that right there. Queen can't take that though because right there. Yeah. Anyways, that just would not be a good situation for me. Let's just put it that way. So if we just immediately just took that bishop, the pawn is now hanging, and then there's the fork right there, like that. So I was like, I can't take that bishop now. There's discovered attack right there on my pawn. So I decided to do this. The reason why I do this, I could have done, that right there. But the reason why I decided to do it this way is because I want to take that bishop. So if the bishop goes here, he's lost. The bishop goes here, he's not really lost, but it's not a great spot either. He's not doing anything right there. He's less powerful right there, to be honest with you. He goes here, he's lost. If he goes there, he's lost. If he goes here, he's lost. If he goes here, yeah, he's fine right there. He's attacking the rook. I'd probably move my rook up like right there. Or, yeah, either one of these would be fine. Dark square, so you can't hurt him anymore. But if he goes even up right here, he's lost. Up here, he's safe. So in other words, the only safe squares for this bishop at this point would be here, here, and like right there. That's really, really it. He does this, and that was a bad idea. Not good. Not a good move. So we're gonna go ahead and take the bishop, and then we're now just right into attacking. Check right there, supported by the rook, and it's just checkmate. And then this. So this is attacking this, but what's that doing? Even if I just let him do that, I'm just take with my queen, and so I don't know what this is doing, but I don't even have to worry about that because the game is now over. Look at that, it's mate in 2. So we're just gonna go for it. Boom, check, and then there's checkmate. Game is over. That was that game. That was a pretty fun game. It did make, like I said, it made me have to think a lot, to win. All right, let's enter the analysis board again. Man, I'm playing as black constantly. So, black again. King's pawn opening, Sicilian defense, McDonald attack. Right here, the plan is to get the bishop out right here, and basically get ready to attack the queen. And then he does that. Well, actually, no. I think I was gonna just get ready to move my bishop out here eventually. I wasn't gonna do it just yet, but it was just to get ready to do it. Then he does that, and I decided to go ahead and pin. So that was pretty sweet. Then the king comes out for here for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe he's going to attack the bishop. But you can always just attack with that. That's like way better. So I decided either way, I'm just going to go ahead and protect the bishop with the knight. Whenever I see this, of course, there's that potential bishop coming out right there, coming out right here, looking down this stuff right there. It's not going to be good from there. So I'm going to go ahead and develop a little bit more here, and move my knight up right there. Right here, then right there is then, but of course right there, and then bloop, and then that he does that. Apparently forgot about the pin, and so when I see that, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take that queen. So your queen, you just lost your queen at move 6 before she even did anything. She's gone. So there goes your queen. Now, you might think, oh, well, the chase is going to smooth sail through the rest of this. Not really. I do make some pretty bad mistakes here, and I lose it a little bit. But it's not all lost. So the king retreats and attacks the bishop, and I think to myself, I could just go ahead and take this and then get ready to take that, unless he moves it before I lose my bishop. But I decided to just retreat him. And just see if I can make better use from not losing him immediately. So right here, he goes ahead and just decides, you know what, I don't even want that knight. You can just take my knight. Just go ahead and take him. So there you go. And now my rook has got a nice sweet line right here. Move my bishop there. Maneuver to attack the rook, and apparently forgot the rook was under attack. And there you go. Now you might think, what a goof. This guy just Didn't realize his rook was under attack, and he just, left him there to die. Well, wait till later on in the game. um, so I do this. What the heck are you doing that for, Chase? You just threw away a knight. Nah, yeah, because the idea was, well, and I got ahead of myself here. The idea was I was going to checkmate the king with my queen. The problem is my queen's not exactly ready to do that right now. She's not really in a good position to do that. It's like I get her out of there. But hey, I got the rook here, and the rook is kind of basically preventing the king from going anywhere there. The king can only go here, which is not good. If I got my queen like right there, and if he was stuck in there, that is game over right there. So there goes my other knights. So I have no more knights. Get my queen right here. Push up the pawn so my queen can now have access here. There's my queen. Lose the pawn right there. He's hanging. Check. The idea was to get him stuck in like more caught into the corner, even though the queen was already doing that. But the thing is, I don't want to do this because that's check, and then there goes my queen. So we got to be careful here. Now at this point, I honestly got so tunnel vision, I forgot that these were escape routes right here. So I checked and I thought that's game over, but boom, he got away. And so I was like, oh, crud, I got to close him off. Can't let him get away. And so here we go. We got him closed off. He's not going anywhere. But then that's like, what next? Well, I guess what next would be just like, here and then right there. King is going to go right. That's checkmate right there. So I guess that should have been the plan. That was not what I did. Instead, I just go ahead and blunder and just leave this dude hanging. Should have pushed him up. Well, not even. I should have just gone ahead and protected. So we lose him. Check. Queen comes down because she's kind of hanging. And then this is where I realized my rook was under attack, and well, I didn't realize it. And then there goes my rook. And so I'm at this point in the game, I'm kind of losing control a little bit here. And I got this pawn structure here that's making me a little bit nervous. And so I'm going to go ahead and block that, keep those pawns from moving forward anymore. Also, no longer being able to be threatened by this bishop. Take that. Here comes that rook. Yeah, attack the rook right there. There goes my bishop. My light square bishop falls. But that's okay. We're still in really good shape here. Takes. And I decide, all right, it's time to go for the checkmate. And then this happens, a revealed attack on my rook. So that's going to delay it here a little bit. So I have to move my rook out of the way. But again, I still have to be really careful here because I can't just, right here. Because, I mean, checkmate's right there. There's checkmate. But if I get my queen on this file right here, this line. But I can't get careful because if right here, just lose my queen. And a big old blunder. So I have to, but I also can't just... I do still have to be, cautious about this that light square bishop. So right here like this, and then now here we go, and then there's mate in one like this. Now the game changes because once this happens, mate's no longer right here because then he can just get away. Mate is right there, then he cannot get away. So there you go, checkmate. So yeah, there's that game right there. It was a good game. It was fun. So, just a couple games. Some games with Bruce and some other games that I just played. I would maybe potentially play another one or whatever, but, this is about an hour long already. So, there you go, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed playing these games. They were a lot of fun, even though they made me have to think a lot. But there you go.